The journey is important. Sure, the destination is obvious. But the road to get there? That's what makes this game special. It's the opportunity to show everyone, including yourself, just how far we've come. All the work, the dedication, the hardships and triumphs. We've proven that to get where we want to go, we don't have to go far at all.
1, 2, 3.
On this year's journey, we've welcomed back old friends, broken records, crowned unsung heroes, and delivered when the moment needed it. All that, this incredible journey, has led us to the second season, the playoffs. And here in Green Bay, this is when the stakes go up and the temperature drops. And that chill in the air, it stays with you, just as the memories do here in Tallahassee.
Watch it down the middle. Lazard's got it, and he's gone. He is gone. Touchdown.
We are proud of what this franchise has accomplished, but this team is not done. The wait is over. This year's journey is ready for its storybook ending. It's time to make some new memories. It's time for the playoffs.
The Packers with a dagger.
Welcome to Joe Sports Channel. You can follow me on Joe the Fighting Joe on Instagram. You can follow me on Taker Devil and hashtag Joe Sports Channel. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls of all ages, happy Thursday to all my beautiful supporters from all around the world, but especially in this great city alone, London, Ontario, Canada. Guys, we are finally around the corner for this great matchup on Saturday, 8:15 p.m., the San Francisco 49ers and Green Bay Packers. And I have a man backstage, and this man is a die-hard 49ers fan. We're not going to be on good terms on tonight's show, but after, when the game is all settled and over, we're friends again. Ladies and gentlemen, this amazing man from London, Ontario, Canada, the one, the only, Johnny B. Good. Good evening, my friend.
Good evening, Joe. Always great to see you. I know Saturday's going to be exciting. Like I said, we'll be at opposite ends, but I said, you know what? No matter what, I think it's going to be a great game.
Listen, I first off want to say congratulations on beating the Dallas Cowboys. I told you a week ago today, last week,
told you.
The 49ers are going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, and I was not shocked whatsoever. They came in, they played as a good football team, they played tough, and they played as a leader, especially in Jimmy G. Take me back to the Cowboys and 49ers game before we talk about the Packs.
Yeah, I wasn't stunned at all. I almost want to say I was surprised. I mean, they led the majority of the game, and Dallas had some good efforts there. But I thought I'd see a little more offense from the Cowboys. But I know it's funny. Every football analyst I looked at across the board, even Saturday morning, I was watching. Everybody picked the Cowboys. Nobody gave the 49ers a chance. And I said again. Brings me back to, I think it was the 1990 divisional game in Candlestick, Joe Montana. Nobody gave us a chance then either. I said, I know the Cowboys were the top seed and the favors. We were the underdogs coming into Cowboy Stadium. But I said, I got my faith, the 49ers faithful. And the nice part was you could hear when the 49ers scored touchdowns, you could hear the crowd cheering. So the 49ers traveled well. And we played a great game. We led the majority of the game. It wasn't until I know what it is about the final 5, 6, 7 minutes of games. We seem to like to throw it away or make it interesting. But if it wasn't for that pick by Jimmy G, I mean, we were up 2 scores most of the game on the Cowboys. So
I got really scared when the Dallas Cowboys made that little run because we know all year the 49ers like to give up fourth quarter leads.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
They did it. Now, San Fran won. They moved on. But before we talk about the Packs, like I was just saying, Dak Prescott, 10 seconds left. Out of it, what was he doing running for that?
Well, what they were trying to do is they were wanting to get into position for a Hail Mary, right? So they wanted to move the ball. And again, I know we seem to give them a gratuitous throws and take away the sidelines. But yeah, the last 10, 12 seconds there, he was scrambling to get into position. And it was funny because even the analysts said, they blamed the referees, but the analyst said Dak should have been looking for the referee. Yeah. Every quarterback knows you got to spot the ball first before they can start the next play. And they were trying to get it to 1 second. And it was funny because the referee came running down the field, but all these guys, the O-line was blocking his way to get in there, including Dak. The referee literally had to try to jump over the lineman to try to get to the football. So they had their 1 second left for a Hail Mary, a chance to win it by 1. But as we know, the clock ran out. And again, they were blaming the referee. But really, to me, it's on Dak, and he should have taken responsibility as the quarterback and as the leader.
Absolutely. That, right there. I'm sorry to say that Cowboy fans out there, you might hate me on this one, but Dak Prescott is no leader. I'm sorry. That is unacceptable from any point of quarterback. You do not run the ball with 10 seconds left. It doesn't matter in what situation. This is the playoffs. This is the postseason. This is the wild card. Yeah. You're doing this on your playoff, especially in Dallas. And we all knew the Cowboys were going to lose. We weren't going to see a Dak Prescott Hail Mary. This is no Aaron Rodgers. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. Look, you guys played well. You deserved it, and you guys moved on, and you're playing these guys. But we have a man, actually, who had technical difficulties coming on StreamYard, so we have him on phone. So, Mr. John Laurinaitis, good evening, my friend. How are you, buddy?
Our Steelers fan. There we go.
John? Yeah. How are you, my friend? Good evening, my friend.
Not too bad.
Well, I'm sorry that StreamYard couldn't work for you, but I'm glad we could talk on the show tonight and make that phone call and just get some football ready and going. Now, listen, John, we all know the Steelers are out, but I just want to congratulate you on making the postseason. Everybody was doubting you guys out this season. You guys made it to the postseason at least. And this looks like it's the end for Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Thanks to the Raiders.
You got to thank the Raiders on that one, Mr. Laurinaitis. So I'm glad you're with us tonight.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers look to the Eagles and picking up Gardner Minshew. I think he's a good quarterback, and they're committed to Jalen Hurts, and you got a good quarterback there sitting behind them. That Steelers or somebody should pick up or draft somebody.
You know what I've been seeing the last 48 hours in this Mason Rudolph rumors that he's going to be the starting quarterback, him or the backup. And I think that's a wrong decision by.
I thought it was Dwayne Haskins. I thought Haskins was going to be the man there, wasn't he?
It was Haskins or Mason Rudolph. They're talking about Rudolph starting, actually.
Oh boy, if that's your leadership group, boy, you guys are.
Yeah. Because Mitza Fitzpatrick said, I saw on Facebook.
There you go. Bring in Fitzy.
Mitza Fitzpatrick said, I want all the guys to come back re-sign because there's a lot of people who are going to be free agents, like Juju Smith-Schuster. You got, I think, Deontay Johnson. You got a lot of guys that are free agent this year. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, they need to sign some of these guys and get a decent quarterback if they still want to be a playoff contending team the next couple of years. If they don't and keep Mason Rudolph, maybe John is right. Maybe they will be the next Detroit Lions. You know, after all, we don't want to see that from the Steelers, right?
No, we don't.
No.
They got to get rid of Rudolph. He's no good.
No, he isn't good at all. He's
Well, what else you got if you get rid of Rudolph? Dwayne Haskins?
Like I said, they got to pick up like Minshew or something else.
Well, you got to have a backup. So, Mason's filled that role well.
Yes.
Get Russell Wilson.
That'd be good, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I think he'll stay in Seattle.
Somebody out there that's better than Rudolph. The guy's no good.
No, he's
There's
not good.
quarterbacks in high school that can throw better ball than him.
For sure. John, Mr. Leonatus, and Johnny Be Good, it's time to talk about this game. Saturday, 8:15. The San Francisco 49ers are traveling to Lambeau Field. I want both of your thoughts first. Johnny Be Good, then Mr. Leonatus. You guys take the floor.
Am I going first or John, the other John?
You're going first and then Mr.
All right. Well, you know what? We did play the Packers. I think it was back in week 5. You were on our home turf, and it came out a squeaker. We left 30 seconds on the clock, which turned out to be too much. Lots changed since week 5 for the 49ers. We're getting some guys healthy. Definitely hoping we can get Bosa in there. I think it's going to be a great game. There's no doubts the Packers are the favored. And going into Lambeau and that crowd and that atmosphere, it's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. And I think it's going to be a raucous crowd, and we'll bring some of our 49ers faithful to make it interesting. Again, I think it's going to be a good game, but I think, again, it's going to come back to our defense. Can our defense do anything to try to contain the offense of the Packers and at the same time put up some numbers on that improved defense? So I tip my hat because I said I picked the Packers to go to the Super Bowl. I'm happy with where we're at. Of course, I hope the season doesn't end, but I think it's going to be a close game. I'll say within a field goal. Of course, I'm going to pick my team. I'll say 30 to 28.
30 to 20
for the 49ers.
Now look, you guys play really good football. You really do, and especially on the road. I'm telling you, you guys play really good football. You went to Los Angeles and you beat the Rams. You're down 17-0. So you guys can beat any football team on any given day.
Oh, that's nice weather. We've had the nice stadiums in LA. We had the nice stadium in Texas. This is going to be good old, coming into Lambeau in cold weather in the cold stadium. So it's going to be a little more tougher slugging in there.
On the other hand, you're in Lambeau, and all I'm going to say is good luck. Mr. Leonatus, I want your thoughts on the Packers and 49ers. I'm excited for you what to say. Go ahead.
You're excited for me. You want my pick on that one?
I would love to hear your pick, and the fans would love to hear that as well.
Well, it's going to be good. I don't know. I still give the edge to the Packers, only because the Packers are the Packers. But, I don't know. It's going to be close. I don't think if Packers take it, it's only going to be by. I don't think they'll beat them by much. Maybe field goal or something like that. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be no blowout. That's for sure. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Packers, but I don't think the score is going to be. I think it's going to be a close game. I think, like you said, the 49ers. Look at the way they have. they handled themselves last week. I think they got a lot going for them. So it should be a good game, but I don't know. I don't know. Lambeau, Packers, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be cold up there, that's for sure.
It's going to be cold, all right, you know. Traveling from San Francisco, good weather, hot weather, good temperature to cold temperature, you know.
You got to go to where they play, so that's it, you know. Well, I don't know. So,
well, you forget Jimmy G is from Illinois, so he's used to playing in the cold weather, and some of the other boys are too. But
that's true. Yeah, that's right. You never know.
Yeah.
You just got to be tough, I guess, when you play.
You got to play tough, and you got to play with heart, you know. And you know what? You look at George Kittle, you look at Jimmy G. These guys are playing with heart, you know. And that's what I love about San Fran. They never give up. They're a team that plays with heart until that last quarter and last second. You know,
we like to make it interesting. We'll if we're winning, we'll make it close in the last 5.
That's just one game so far we're talking about. Yeah.
Well, look, you guys said your picks. Let the host say something now. I really believe that this is the year for the Packers. I've been watching the Green Bay Packers since I was a little boy at the age of 5 years old, Brett Favre era. And you know what? Watching the Packers as a young child, I was so proud. You know, watching with my uncle, seeing Aaron Rodgers develop with Brett Favre. I saw a future there, and I was a die-hard Brett Favre fan. And when Aaron Rodgers came in, there was something there that a lot of people didn't talk about. His arm for so many years. And when Aaron Rodgers took them to the playoffs and then took them to the Super Bowl and beat, you know, Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers, everybody started talking about the Green Bay Packers. So when I see this Packers football team, they are better than beating the Steelers many years ago. I really believe the Packers will have a great game against the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not saying it because I'm a Packers fan. I see how they play this year. And I'll say this once again. They are just playing enough to win football games. That's Troy Aikman. He said many weeks ago on Fox with Joe Buck. These Packers are a dangerous football club. They're not losing at Lambeau Field. This is a divisional game. I really believe the Packers will have a great game, win by 10 points, and move on to the championship game. And that should be one hell of a game. But never say never. Packers win by 10 or more.
Well, like I said, I agree with the Packers and Rodgers. They look different this year. They're much improved. I give them credits. Rodgers is tough to beat. He's smart. He knows the offense. He knows the defenses. He's like, he's like a Tom Brady, but better. And but I think you think you're right. This is the Packers' year. I've got them and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and with the Packers winning. And who knows? Maybe Rodgers after this year might want to come back to California and play in the Bay Area.
I swear to God, I knew you were going to say that. Every 49er fan wishes Aaron Rodgers was a 49er. Why did you guys pick him up when he got drafted? I still don't understand. Who can I blame for that? The management, the coaching. Who can I blame? Johnny Be Good. You know?
I don't know. And you know what? Even this offseason, I know there was a lot of talk if he wasn't happy in Green Bay, because he's from the Bay Area, right? So there was talk about him coming in, replacing Jimmy G. I don't think you saw. I think the faithful fans would have liked that. I mean, not that we don't love Jimmy G, but I mean, boy, Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer. He's there. So I think this is his time to shine this year. Brady had it last year. This year's Rodgers, and I think at the end of the year, I think they're going to be the champs. I mean, of course, I'm still hopeful. My team, I just don't see it being this is our year. We're trying to get back from the Super Bowl hangover from 2019, right? So, we're better this year, but we've still got a ways to go. But but the Packers, you look at them, offense, defense, they're getting some guys back healthy. Bakhtiari, I think, is back.
Look at that. Made wide receiver Randall Cobb to 53-man roster ahead of the 49ers game. That is a big.
That's a big. I mean, that's one of Rodgers, man. He'll make some key plays, special teams. I mean, you guys are solid all around. So I mean, it's hard to argue. Kicking wise, I still think Crosby's he'll come through, and it's going to be. I think it'll be a good game, and I don't think. I don't think the Rodgers will be spotting like the Cowboys did a 14 or 17 point lead.
You know what? I'm just glad you got rid of the Cowboys because so many Cowboy fans talk about the Packers, how bad they are. You know, they are one of the most disrespectful fans out there. I'm telling you right now. I'm not talking about all Cowboys fans, but the most Cowboy fans I know, they always talk trash about the Packers all the time, all the time. And one of my good friends, he's a Cowboys fan, and I wasn't nasty whatsoever. I just sent him a Dallas Cowboys one of those ratings, like a star rating, like 5-star. It was a 1 rating. It's just a logo. He didn't say anything. He just looked at it. He would usually say something back, but he said nothing. And you know what? Cowboy fans were shocked. And especially when you're throwing objects on the field, that was unacceptable by the Cowboy fans whatsoever. You do not do that. That is dangerous. That is very dangerous.
Yeah, that was disrespectful. I mean, whether it was refs or the team players, I mean, I get they're disappointed. To me, again, I think they had unrealistic expectations. From where they were last year, where they didn't make the playoffs, they did improve the defense. They did improve as a team. They are trending in the right direction. But to say this was their Super Bowl year, I think was a bit of a stretch. I mean, I think the 49ers put them in their place and showed them where they are. But again, the Cowboys will be better, and but they still have a ways to go.
Good luck, my friend. All I can say is good luck, and I wish you nothing but the best on Saturday.
Hey, likewise. Like I said, if I want anybody else to win it other than us, I want it to be Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I respect the heck out of the Packers and the fans and the field and the tradition. And if anybody else, I said, if it's not us, I'd say the Packers to win it all.
Let's move on to the rest of the games, and let me bring that up. I know I have the games in my head, but I'd love to share with the great Booney Believer fans so we all can see it. Okay, let's see. Can you see that, Johnny? Be good?
Yeah, I can see it there.
Okay, so we got Saturday, January 22nd, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We get the Cincinnati Bengals and Tennessee Titans. A lot of people talking trash about these Titans. They should not be first seed. They shouldn't even be second seed. They should actually be third seed. I said, listen up. You got an injured Derrick Henry that was out for a few weeks, and you got a healthy Ryan Tannehill that I think can take the Tennessee Titans far into the postseason. I don't think they'll take them far enough to the Super Bowl, but I think they'll take them to the championship game. And I really believe if the Titans can come strong and Derrick Henry can be like a bull and run through that defense, the Bengals defense, this Titan team will win. And I think it's going to be one heck of a game as well. 27-24 the final. I'm picking the Titans on that one.
Yeah, I know there's a lot looking for an upset. Joe Burrow, I mean, is the up-and-coming star. They've taken the Bengals not just to the playoffs, but their first win in, 31 years since 1990, which, again, a lot of Bengals fans excited. And with the Titans, I mean, boy, like I said, I mean, yeah, they've been okay. They've been good. Not quite the same without Derrick Henry. I mean, everybody can see that. He is going to be back. The question is, how healthy is he going to be? How is he going to be after I think it was about a month or more layoff, maybe 2 months. So the Titans did step up and play well without him. But the question is, with Henry back, what kind of team? And we've seen the Titans before get to this point and then kind of fall on their face and look terrible in the playoffs.
It's going to be a good game. I think, Mr. Leonatus, Bengals are in the division and playing the Titans. 4:30 Saturday. That's the first divisional game. Who are you picking on this one? What edge are you going on?
Well, that's another one that's going to be a good game. Every game looks good on paper here right now. Yeah. All these games, I think. But, I'm going to pick the Titans, but that's what my pick is. Yeah. I'll give credit to the Bengals, though. They're the most improved team this season for sure in NFL. For sure, the Bengals. If not last season, this season for sure, they're the most improved team. And to get where they are now, they've done a good job. So never say never, but I don't know. I think Titans by, maybe by 7 points. I don't know. But, I mean, you never know. We're getting down there now. We got 8 good teams here. Then there'll be 4 good teams, and then the because the teams, good teams go to the bowls.
Yeah. Look, I think if you can see a healthy Derrick Henry come back and play as the best as he can, like we've seen previous, I think this guy will destroy the Bengals defense, run like a bull. I'm talking about a big bull through that thing because this guy is absolutely the best running back in the league. We haven't seen something like this in a very long time. I'm not even sure if you put Le'Veon Bell beside it, Johnny B. Good, how big of a running back, Derrick Henry is. Le'Veon Bell was great. Bell was great in Pittsburgh, but he wasn't as big as Henry. And I think Henry has more ability with running than Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, like I said, for me, I wanted to pick Burrow. I'd like to pick the Bengals, but honestly, watching them last week, the defense seemed almost too easy for the Raiders to move the ball up and down the field, and with that run game and the pass game from the Titans, if they play the way they can, the Titans should pull out that win. But again, I think it's going to be a close game. I'll say like 20. Oh boy, what am I going to say? 27-24 for the Titans.
I don't know, man. I thought about this so much before coming on tonight's show, and I said to myself, man, I want to go this side, but I want to go this side. And they're both good in some sort of way. Joe Burrow playing absolutely lights out, in the NFL. Okay. He hasn't even been in the league for over 3 years, and he's playing great football. Titans win by 7. I think, you see the Bengals scored 20 points, but you're going to have the edge of the Titans, and they're in Tennessee, and I'm picking 27-20 the final for Tennessee Titans on that one. It can go either way, but I think the Titans have the advantage for sure. They're at home, and look, they got a great coach. I really think Ryan Tannehill is a really good football quarterback. I think he's actually in the top 12, top 13. He's improved himself since he's came from Miami. In Miami, he was doing okay, but since he's came from Miami, coming to Tennessee, he's really improved himself. Titans are winning this football game. They're not losing whatsoever. We got Matthew Stafford winning his first playoff game last week. Okay. You got a healthy Los Angeles Rams. They're going into Tampa Bay. I'm curious on Mr. Lodonatos' thoughts on this game. Bucks, they're injured, John. You still got Brady. You still got Gronk. What side are you going with this one? Are you picking the Bucks still, or are you going kind of the Rams side on that one?
I'm still going Bucks. I think so. But, you're right. They have a lot of guys out. So, I don't know. But they still won last time. So, but the Rams, the Rams are pretty awesome too. So, again, these matchups are just unreal. These matchups we got right now are just, you couldn't ask for really better matchups really right now for season, for playoffs right now. Again, the Rams, there's a chance the Rams could beat them. I don't know if they step it up, I guess, but Brady, I don't know. He has magic, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, you can never underestimate him in the playoffs,
I don't know. That's another battle. Yeah, it could be. The injuries might hold them back a little bit because they have guys that are pretty important guys around. But so if the Rams would be healthy, then they might give them a hard time. I don't know. I don't know. I never count Brady out. Never.
Yeah.
Never. Just watch them see them come back from some games that they come back and won and different things they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
That again, a hell of a game. If I take nothing away from the Rams, they're a hell of a team too. So
yeah.
All these meetings, we got one more game to talk about, but all these matchups are really just amazing how they've come together, and they're amazing. And it's just going to get better when we go down to 4 teams. But
sure.
This is why we're trying to determine who's going to be those 4 teams.
Who is? The every single game is good. Every single football team here right now, why they're here, because they're a good football club, and Hey, don't take anything away from any of these teams. They're all good football teams.
They all have terrific players.
Yeah.
They all have their quarterbacks are good.
Yeah.
Everybody
they're all good. You got Joe Burrow.
Good running backs, good. You got everything. You got good receivers, everything, and defenses as well. So I don't know.
Well, you're in the Elite Eight, right? So
it could be a couple upsets. I don't know. We'll see if that happens.
Elite Eight, yes, Johnny. Go ahead, Johnny. Be good.
Yeah, no, I was just saying we're in the Elite Eight. So again, when you get to this point, you got the final 8 teams. It's gonna be good. Should be good games, every one. So I mean, I can't see like last week. I know there was some that were picking the Eagles for the upset, and that didn't look good. So I've learned every time you count Brady out, that's when he shows up the most. And it's hard to pick against the Bucs, and especially on their home, where I think they only lost one all year, and even that was close. So the Bucs at home, Tom Brady in the playoffs. I think again the Rams will give him a run for the money with Cooper Kupp, and they've really improved their run game with adding Sony Michel. I'm still surprised the Patriots traded him away. He's been great. They showed up great against the Cardinals as they anticipated, and they dominated the Cardinals. So I think, again, it's going to be a good game. I know everybody's made a big deal of the injuries to the Bucs, but, all Tom needs is somebody to throw the ball to and somebody to catch it and a good run game. So I'm not sure if Leonard Fournette's back or Ronald Jones, but, they still –
I think Ronald Jones is still questionable. I think he's still questionable for the game.
But I mean, look, they still put up 31 points on the Eagles. I mean, so they're again the NFC East never showed up on the playoffs. So again, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm still going with Tom Brady. I'll say it'll be like 31 to 24 for the Bucs over the Rams.
Yeah, again, Johnny, be good. I'm picking the Bucs too. I'm picking a 31-20 the final. Again, can't underestimate Tom Brady. This guy's a machine in the postseason. This guy knows everything about these teams. He's been through it so many times. The guy could have won 10 Super Bowls or even more. Lost twice to the Giants. Again, guys, Tom Brady's not losing, okay? They're not losing at home. Okay, Mike Evans is going to have at least 2 or 3 TDs on the day. This Bucs, we're going to see a Brady and Rodgers rematch.
I was going to say we're on a collision course for the rematch of last year, but I think this year the Packers will come out this year. I don't think they might have been in Green Bay last year, but that was the worst I've seen Green Bay last year. I don't want to go back to that, but again.
Don't give me flashbacks, man. Because
no, but I think this year the Packers are ready, and they're going to get the best of the Bucs and Brady this time round. So
it's going to be a good football game. We have actually a great friend, a great supporter of mine backstage. He's a big Chiefs fan. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, my brother, my buddy, Christian. Good evening, buddy.
Good evening. What up?
Christian,
you came at the right time for the final game. Buffalo Bills.
I had to.
Chiefs. What were the odds there, Christian? You're going to come for the final game and you're wearing your Chiefs jersey. That's cool. That's crazy.
Number 15, baby. You already know.
Number 15. All right. He had a phenomenal game. Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, guys, we got the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is going to be the best game out of the rest of the games, out of the 3. This is going to be the best game. It's going to be a tight football game, and I still haven't made my mind up who's going to win this game. I thought about it all day last night and today, and I got to think about it still. So let me ask Christian. I know you're picking the Chiefs on this one. Is it going to be a close game, or what's going to be going on with this game?
I think with the way the Bills played, it's going to be a very, very, very close game.
Yeah.
I mean, were.
What's the spread? What do you think the spread's going to be?
I think it's going to be pretty close. I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game. I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a 7-point game, honestly. I think it's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a it's going to be super close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really close game. Mr. Lornatus, Bills Chiefs. What do you got for that one?
Yeah.
What do you got for the Bills and the Chiefs? I still can't, John. I still haven't made my mind up on this one. I don't know who to pick.
That's going to be, like you say, probably one of the best games because you got two quarterbacks that play almost identical football. Josh Allen and Mahomes are so similar to the way they operate. It's unbelievable when I've watched these games. They both can run out of the pocket, throw on the fly, connect with their people. They can do it all. They can run and score and get yardage. They can do everything, both of them. They're both young. They both have unbelievable arms, so it's going to be a hell of a battle for these two guys. It's going to come down to defense, I think, and I don't know who's got the better defense right now, but I know KC is going to be the favorite, but I don't know. I'd kind of like to see Buffalo just for something different, but there you go. That's just me. Yeah. But, KC probably would be the favorite, but Buffalo's going to give them a hell of a game, I think, and you never know. You never know with that.
Yeah.
Just depends on what goes on. I think it'll come down to who gets the most penalties, probably, or something like that. It's going to be tight. I think it's going to be tight.
Yeah.
Really tight game.
I think it's going to be a tight game too. And I know Johnny Be Good, you said Chiefs Packers for the Super Bowl, but Johnny Be Good, would you rather see the Bills beating the Chiefs?
It's funny because at the beginning of the year, they did predict the Bills. And then throughout the season, it's like the Bills have been up and down. And like 1 week, they look great. And then the next week, they lost 9-6 to Jacksonville. So you're like, all right. And then last week against the Patriots, they looked phenomenal. And again, I don't know if the Patriots made it look that easy but every time they had the ball, they moved up and down the field. So again, they looked in sync. The offense looked great. Singletary offense, the running game, the defense looked great. Again, I get Mac Jones was a rookie and it's his first playoff. So again, versus, again, it's going to be different going against the Chiefs. I still think the Chiefs are the big dog in the AFC. They are the team to beat. They're the team that's been there the last few years, regardless of the outcome. They are still the top dog in the AFC, and they're not the number one seed, but to me, they're still really, to me, they're the number one seed to beat. So going into Arrowhead, I think they have everything working in their favor. They got the fans, they got the crowd. It's going to be a heck of a game if the Bills can show up and play the way they did last week against the Patriots. It's going to be it's going to be like 35-28 Chiefs, I'm going to say, but again, it's going to be a great game. I think, and again, you hate to see this 2 years in a row for the Bills to lose to the Chiefs. So, but I think this game can go either way, and I'm not going to be surprised. Could be the Bills in the Super Bowl. I think whoever wins this game is the team going to the Super Bowl. So this, to me, is the AFC Championship game right here. That's it.
You don't. So let's say the Titans went on and beat the Bengals, and you don't see the Titans beating the Chiefs?
Like I said, the Titans are just so, unpredictable. And every year in the playoffs, they kind of fall on their face. They have that game where they don't show up.
They do. They absolutely do. But there has to be a point. And same thing with the Cowboys. There has to be a point that this streak has to hit.
Yeah, like I said, I still think the Chiefs are the proven, the veteran championship AFC team, just like the Packers are, right? So I still think they're the top dog to beat. If the Bills do it, kudos to them. Then they're the top dog. No disrespect to the Titans. They've worked hard. They've gotten there. They've got a great team. Again, if they show up and play the way they can, again, every one of those games is going to be a tough game.
To me, honestly, for the Chiefs to go out and beat the Bills, they're definitely going to have to limit the amount of penalties they got. The amount of penalties they got against the Steelers was, unbelievable. The penalties are what held them back in that game, in which, give or take, caused the game to go as close as it was.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, the Steelers.
No, not close. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't very clean on both sides of the ball. I'll say that.
Okay. Because you had TJ Watt, you know, the turnover, picked up the ball, went in for the pick six, grabbed the ball, went in for a touchdown, picks it up 7-0. And I was praying, Big Ben, come on, Steelers, do it for Big Ben. And after, you know, the Steelers scoring, the Chiefs went on a huge rampage and they started scoring points after points. And I had John on WhatsApp a video call, and this Mr. Laurinaitis, poor guy, going there, drinking his Miller Lite or whatever, going crazy. And I feel bad for the guy, man. I felt bad for every Steeler fan out there. And what the biggest thing that I feel bad for is one man, that's Big Ben Roethlisberger. They never gave him a line. They never gave him an O-line to let the man at least hold the ball for a few seconds. Every time, every couple seconds, he would get hit. He would get sacked. And I understand why Ben is leaving this year. It's not because he's washed up. People saying he's washed up. The man has had enough getting hit. He is the most quarterback that gets sacked of all time. And that's unfortunate to a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers that have 6 Super Bowls. It's sad. It really is sad. And
I mean,
the best retirement ever. And maybe we'll see him as a coach. Maybe, you know, a commentator, if not just a family guy like a Matt Sundin that you never see around the media, you know. So I wish him nothing but the best. What were you saying, Christian?
I mean, I don't understand how he gets sacked so much. I mean, look at him. He's what, 6'5", 210?
Big guy.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, but you got to understand this, Christian. You can be big. Your upper body can be big, but it's your lower body. It's the knees. It's the legs, you know. Big Ben used to run. Big Ben used to take a lot of hits. That's why Big Ben can't do that anymore. He can run here and there, but he can't do the things that he used to do back then. You know, that's to every quarterback out there. You know, there's a time that will come that you can't do those things that you used to do. You know, look, back then when I was bigger, I couldn't do what I could do today because I took care of myself and health, right? But this is a different position. Big Ben is a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he got older and he kept getting hit after hit after hit, and eventually your legs are going to be shot. Right? It's like old people, they need a knee replacement. That's exactly. Ben can't do that anymore.
The body breaks down. The body eventually gives way. And
that's sad. It really is.
Going back to the Chiefs and the Bills, it's funny. I heard so many people say, well, the Bills beat the Chiefs already in week 5, and it was 38-20. They just dominated them. But I said the Chiefs, I think, we're still kind of finding themselves. And again, the Chiefs are picking at the right time. They got all their players, you know, they got, again, that secondaries look better. That O-line, again, is looking better, protecting Mahomes. I mean, that was the big issue in the Super Bowl. So I think that, again, it's all about timing. So the Chiefs are gelling at the right time. But so are the Bills, right? I mean, I think this game is going to be close. It can go either way.
You know what? I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm picking them by a field goal. 27-24 the final. I think it's going to be a good football game. And I got to, you know, tip my hats off to Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I have to. These guys are elite quarterbacks that we're not going to see these quarterbacks for a very long time. You got Josh Allen that is, 6'5", 6'6", and throwing the ball like we have never seen before. The guy can run. If it's 3rd and 1, he'll run for 20 yards on the day. Okay, this guy is something to watch out. Buffalo's in for a show, and if Buffalo can get this W,
definitely a powerhouse.
Definitely a powerhouse. But if they can get this W in Kansas City, then this is huge for not only the state of New York, but the city alone of Buffalo, and the future is for Buffalo right now, folks.
6'5", yeah. Allen's 6'5", 237. So that's a
Sorry,
big
y'all.
It's okay. Guys, that wraps up your playoffs for the divisional rounds. I'm looking forward to all the games, but I'm super, super excited to see the Packers. We had the bye because we were the first seed. We finished the record 13-4, and we're playing the 49ers. Now, Johnny DeGood, I forgot to ask you this in the beginning, and I just remembered now. Are you concerned about Jimmy G's right shoulder?
I don't know. I mean, again, every week, every quarterback takes some punishment, right? And at this point of the season, I mean, they're all banged up. They're all, you go through 18, 19 weeks of football. I mean, you're playing since even before September, even the preseason. I mean, these guys, take a lot of punishment every week, week after week. So, are they banged up? Sure, they're banged up. But you get to this point of the season, this is what you're playing for. Every week, the marbles are on the line. Am I concerned? Not really. I mean, if we have to, I'm okay with them putting Trey Lance in there. I know he's a rookie, but again, every rookie has to start somewhere. So if Jimmy G can't go, I'm excited to see Trey Lance step in and gain some playoff experience. He's going to need it somewhere.
You got a thing for Trey Lance. You really like Trey Lance. You see something in the future for him, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, again, he's just a young kid. I mean, he's only 20 or 21. So I mean, that's why they took him. He's a young kid. He's developed. He's got all the tools. But now it's just he doesn't have the experience. So Jimmy G has the experience. I mean, yeah, he does make a few bad throws here and there, but he has the knowledge, right? So he knows what to do. So we can translate that knowledge over to Trey Lance with the young body and all those skills and footwork, and that's where the transitioning comes in. So. But yeah, if Jimmy can't go, if he is banged up or that thumb or his shoulder, I'm okay with them putting Trey in and seeing what he can do.
Those are big words. Those are some big words, my friend. Big words. Now look, Trey Lance is a young kiddo, and he's a rookie, right? And I really believe that San Fran should really think about re-signing Jimmy G for at least one more year. So Trey Lance has the experience under Jimmy G, because look, when Favre was with the Packers, Rodgers came and Favre taught Rodgers. So I would like to see them develop as a team. It's like, fortunately to say this, Jordan Love looks like our future quarterback. I hope he isn't, but he's learning that belt for Rodgers. So when Rodgers leaves or retires, he takes over. So what they should do, what Shanahan should do, is re-sign at least Jimmy G for 1 more year. Give him a chance, because he already proved that what he did against Dallas, he can do to a lot of good teams. I'm not saying the Packers, but this guy is actually a decent quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah, and it's funny you said Jordan Love. I said, you know what? He did look better. I mean, the last week of the season, he
hey,
did
Johnny,
look better.
There's no love for love. That's all I'm going to say.
He did look better. I mean, of course, his first game as a rookie, you're not going to look great. I mean, you're going to fall on your face, and that's part of the learning. You are going to fall on your face. And, Trey Lance, he is going through some learning. He's going to throw some picks and make some bad plays. That's part of the process. But is he the future? Yeah, I mean, I see potential in him. Again, it's going to take time. He's still a young kid, still developing. But yeah, I'm excited for the future. Yeah, I don't think they're going to, everybody's talking about Jimmy G's going, Jimmy's going to leave. It's like, you know what? We still need him. Like, you still need him to be there because you still need a competent backup, right? So if you get rid of Jimmy, who you got behind Trey? Like, I think Nate Sudfeld's our third stringer, and there's a reason he's the third string, right? So you still need somebody competent to back there. So.
Now, do you consider you guys still a rebuild team?
Us?
It's been a while now since the rebuild has.
Yeah, like I said, we got through the Super Bowl hangover. It was the year before. I mean, we had the injuries. Again, not making excuses, but I feel like we're back to kind of where we were. We're kind of back to that playoff groove. We're back to good football. We again, awesome draft. We had a great running backs and some great players. So if we continue through the draft to keep adding good players, I mean, we added a quarterback. So again, we'll see where that goes. So, but again, you're always building for the playoffs. I mean, that's the whole point. You're building to make a playoff team, to have a chance, right? So whether it's the Chiefs or the Packers, the 49ers, Buffalo, I mean, every team is trying to build for the future.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I feel like we're kind of back. I mean, went through a year or 2 years there of Super Bowl hangover. So, but yeah, I feel like we're kind of back to, and that's all I wanted out of this year, just to get back to the playoffs, get back to where we were, playing good, smart football. And I feel like we've achieved that. So Where it goes beyond Saturday, I don't know, but I'm already happy with where the season is.
You should be, and you should be. You should be happy with your team, with the outcome.
We got to our goal was get to the playoffs, and beating the Cowboys is always a bonus. So getting to the playoffs, winning a playoff game. I mean, if we can keep going, great. But again, it's a tough road. I mean, you're going against Rodgers and Brady and Mahomes. I mean, boy, you're at that elite level. Now you're playing with the big boys. You've reached that top level.
Now I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Christian. Yeah.
So I watched the Dallas Cowboys in the 49er game. What do you think went through Dak's head through that last play?
Stupidity went through his head. That's the answer. Stupidity. 10 seconds on the clock, no timeouts. You're running down the field like that. Again, a leader. I don't call him a leader. After that, I'm sorry, but that is a huge mistake. This is worse than Tony Romo running for that 2-point conversion or touchdown and getting hit on the 1 yard line, whatever. Remember that year?
Yeah.
This is worse.
That was as good as fumbling the ball in the end zone.
Fumbling the ball at the end zone. You can't even compare that. What Dak did was bad, and he should apologize to every single Cowboy fan. He should make a video and put it out public because, look, there's a lot of Cowboy fans, a lot of angry Cowboy fans, vicious Cowboy fans that want to do harm to themselves, but especially harm to the Cowboys, unfortunately.
And again, leaving the season to 1 second on the clock. I mean, is that what it comes down to? I mean, really, they didn't show up most of the game. Like they barely had any first downs. I said we were 2 scores ahead. If it wasn't for Jimmy G's overthrowing the ball in the pick there at the 30-yard line to set him up to get him even within range, but they really hadn't done much the whole game. I mean. Dak was either sacked or not hitting his receivers, or I mean, they just really didn't look sharp, and that was in their home field and with everything. So, I mean, but to say, had we got that 1 second on the clock, you had a chance to get the ball down there, but I mean, again, that's not play of football. If you're hoping for 1 second to have a chance at a Hail Mary to pull out a game, that's not really good football.
No, and I don't feel bad whatsoever for the Cowboys. I don't, you can't. Something like that, you cannot. That was bad. That was a bad choice.
Yeah. They just they didn't play. The offense didn't move the ball. Again, most of the game they had 1 touchdown and a field goal until more than halfway through the fourth quarter. I mean, 10 points was all they managed.
They weren't definitely through the final weeks. They definitely weren't the team that they were during the first half of the season.
I mean, they looked great against the Eagles' third string, right? Putting up 53 points, but you know what? That was always the knock on them, right? Say, well, you can play great in the NFC East, but when it comes to playing the other teams, the better teams, they can't do it. Sure. Or they're not there yet, right? So again, I think you look at where they were last year. I mean, they missed the playoffs, and weak defense. They drafted a lot of players. They've got a better defense. So again, I think they're kind of back in that rebuild. They're kind of working towards that, but they're just not that. They're not at that Super Bowl caliber yet.
No, and they're still. And to be honest with you, you can still call them rebuild mode because they're playing like a rebuild mode. They really are.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would kind of. But again, they had high hopes. I mean, yeah, they made the playoffs. They were the number 2 seed, but they were the number 2 seed. But I didn't see them as I kind of see the Bucs more as the number 2 seed. Really.
Absolutely, Mr. Laurinaitis, you still with us, or you fell asleep on the phone, buddy?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Well, look, man. Again, I look.
I couldn't get better on the thing tonight. I don't know what's going on, but. Technical problems, I guess.
Technical problem, but again, like you were saying,
I'm all right to use this telephone. I don't care.
I like what you said with the Bills and with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. They play almost the same.
I mean, they're so similar. Their style is they're almost. If you took clips of them, especially lately, That last game with the Bills, and then he compared that to the game with AC, and it's the way they operate. It's just they're almost the twins as far as what they do. They work really hard. They can run. They can get passes out on the fly when they run out of the pocket to the side or even on an angle. It's amazing. Their timing is unreal, and they're quick getting the pass off. So they share so much of the same characteristics, traits, as you say, whatever, as quarterbacks. They're both young, so they both have terrific careers ahead of them. That's for sure. And I think that's going to be something else because if they both step up the way they usually play, if Josh Allen steps up the way he played last week, and then Mahomes has been playing like Mahomes lately anyway, so he'll be fine. But it's going to come maybe down to the defenses and maybe the odd penalties might cause issues. I don't know. I'm not sure how much penalties these guys have taken this year, but some teams seem to get a lot of penalties. But anyway, I'm just saying that's going to be another one. They're all going to be hell of a games, I think. Really, I don't think there'll be a blowout. If there is blowouts, well, that'll be.
I think the only blow you would really see out of all those games would have to be Titans-Bengals. I don't even think that's going to happen, but I think that would be the only.
Bengals are on a roll, but the Titans are having up and down, and I don't know. It depends if the Titans step it up like they can, then they'll probably take it. Henry comes back and whatever, but that's the only one that is potentially only because I think just could happen. But I don't know. Other than that, the other teams are so well matched. I would think that they should be all close games, really. At least the other three games for sure. Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, when you get to this level, I mean, you're in the final, the Elite Eight. I mean, these should be all championship caliber teams. But yes, I think it's going to be each game will be close.
Yeah, it will be, and it should. They all again for the last time I'll say before we sign off. It's every single game is going to be great, and you guys watch it with your families, your loved ones, friends, whoever. Enjoy the games. It's going to be some great football on the weekend, and that's why I'm doing my show tonight, because Saturday I won't have enough time, in between games, I'll be so pumped up and full of energy and just texting Johnny B. Good back, good or bad, I don't know, I won't bug Johnny B. Good. He's a good friend of mine.
That's all right. You can text me. That's all right. I can take it.
I would never do that, man. You're
phone brick for the TV.
Yeah, you're a very classy guy, and I appreciate you all the time coming on the show. I really do, Johnny. It's a pleasure.
Well, this is what we work for, to look towards all year round. I mean, this is, for all the marbles, right? So, I mean, we enjoy the preseason. We enjoy the draft. We enjoy it. But, I mean, really, all year you look forward to this moment. This is the playoffs. I mean, you're building towards that Super Bowl and the championship. So, I mean, these are the key moments that you look forward to through from the draft back in April, through the preseason and all those early games through the season. All builds to these moments.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have any last words, Christian, Johnny B. Good, or Mr. Laurinaitis?
I'm just pumped. I'm ready.
I don't have much to say. I just think it's going to be a good weekend for football. And
boys,
he's waiting for the draft picks.
Oh yeah, I could hear his tone of voice. Oh yeah, it's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. But hey, you got TJ Watt going to be the defensive player of the year. Take some positive notes and build through it for the next season. Hopefully, you guys can pick up a quarterback.
Well, they need a new leader on the team, right?
Oh, yeah.
The leader. That's really where it comes back for the Steelers.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week. And guys, make sure you get your popcorn, get your chips. You can have your cheat days on Saturday and Sunday, but don't overdo it. Drink your beer or water. Have a good time with the family, and don't get too drunk for whoever wins. It should be great.
all right.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye.
And to the rest of the wonderful Booty Believers, I had a blast. tonight. I had a blast on the show. To everybody in the chat, from Rita Miller to Christian that was in the chat, to Ian Ellis. I love this one. I freaking love this one. Let the host speak real facts. Let the host speak real facts. I love you, buddy. I freaking love you. Believe me. Guys, thank you. Seriously. Seriously, thank you for taking time out of your schedule, for coming on a Thursday night to watch Joe Booney, Joe Sports Channel, talk about football and more football. And there's going to be a lot more to talk about in the next couple of weeks and few weeks. Super Bowl, we might have a Super Bowl party on Joe Sports Channel. Booney is thinking about it. I think the fans would love it. But I have some ideas, and I got to write it down on a piece of paper and go from there. But thank you guys very much. Hats off to you. Oh, great show. Thank you. I love you, Rita. I love you. And we'll see you hopefully. We don't know if it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Who knows with the football, how it's going? We're not too sure. So we'll see you soon. I'll update you guys on Joe the Fighting Joe on Instagram. I'll update you guys on Snapchat, WireRaffy4 or Taco Devil 1. If not, you even have my phone number. So message me on there and we'll go from there. Thank you, guys.
Go Pack!